Environmental Science. Today you guys are working on a graphing activity using Kami and thinking about carrying capacity, the word that we learned about earlier this week. So if you're interested in using Google Sheets to do your graphing, I attached just a generic video that I didn't make about how to use Google Sheets, but I think it's easier to actually do this graphing on Kami because there's two different lines. What you're going to do is read this and finish filling out the table. I'm not going to do that with you right now. The only thing I'm going to focus on is the graphing part of this activity. So it says to graph the deer and wolf populations and make sure you use two different colors, one for wolf and one for deer. So the first thing we're going to do is make a key at the top. I'm going to start with blue over in the drawing tool and just make a blue line, and that's going to be my wolf population. Then I'm going to make a red line, and that's going to be my deer population. Then I'm going to label them using the text box tool so that me and my teacher know what I'm talking about. So one's going to be wolf, and one's going to be deer. Once you've done that, you can actually do the graphing. I'm just going to do a couple points with you so that you know you're on the right track when you're doing this. I'm already on red, so why don't we go ahead and start with the deer. I'm going to scroll up to my data table, and I'm looking at deer population, which is this column right here. It says in 1971, there were 2,000 deer. So I'm going to go back down to my graph, and I'm going to say 1971, and then I'm going to go to 2,000 and make a dot. In 1972, there were 2,300. So I'm going to go 1972, and I'm going to go all the way up to 2,300. Eventually, you will have 1971 through 1980 graphed, and when you do that, you're going to connect all of your dots, ideally with a straight line. Drawing's not my strong suit. Then I'm going to switch over to blue, and I'll do the same thing with the wolf population. So wolf population is this column right here, and it says in 1971 there were 10 wolves. So that's why we have this other column over here for number of wolves. The numbers are a lot different, 10 through 30 versus 1900 through 2500. So it says 1971 was 10, and I'm just making sure I'm paying attention to the right side of my graph axis. And in 1972, it looks like there were 12, so I'll plot that point too. 1972, there were 12. And then again, once you get all the years done, you're going to connect your dots. Once you've completed the table and the graph, you'll answer the analysis questions below. To answer the questions and fill out the table on Kami, you can use the text box tool, or if you have a stylus, you can keep using the drawing tool. If you have any questions, please email me.